Those numbers represent the 2026 debt that was placed against my business by my coach. He believes I can somehow get to 400,000. I think he's crazy. And what does that make me, right? When you're growing up, your parents always ask you to show them who are your friends. Tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you where you're going. And that has never been more apparent to me than the past couple days when I achieved a milestone that took all the gas that I had in my tank. And I was celebrating for like 2 minutes or something. And my coach kind of refocused my attention to like, okay, so where we're going now? And I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I just got here. Can I sit here and just like parade around and be like, look at how cool I am right now? I don't need to be any cooler. I just need to sit down and be happy. And the reality is, it is January 4th, 2026. I've had to sit down in this messy, I don't know what he's talking about, for at least 4 or 5 days, because I think I talked to him a little too soon after emptying out my tank for my December goal. And this debt, guys, look at this. This is what this man is talking about. I don't know what he's talking about, but when he said $400,000, I was just like, do you have 3 eyeballs, or like what language are you talking right now? Who does that? I'm just trying to sit in with the small baby money, as he calls it. You're making baby money, and I know you can make a lot more than this. And I was just like, this baby money got me to like exhaustion. I was like burnt out in December. But I think I'm sitting with it right now. And one of the things that's happening is that I feel like the holidays are over, things are starting to settle back in, and I'm somebody who has seasonal depression. And if I am busy moping around, then I don't move at all. So this morning I thought to myself, I don't know who's crazier. I think it might be me, because if you think somebody's crazy, but then you follow them, what does that make you? Just asking for a friend. I don't know. Anyway, so I think that it's time to get over my hangover of like, hooray, we did it. We got to the finish line in 2025. And it's time to start chasing something big again for the business. And I think that what's going to be interesting for me is, as he says, the person that I need to become to get there is not the person that I am right now. And the person that I am right now, and the person that got the business to where it is right now, is I can do this, and I can do this by myself person. And I don't want employees person, and I don't want to deal with anybody kind of person. I just want to do it by myself. That has been my whole agenda this whole entire time. And I don't know if you know what a Laffy Taffy is, but right now, my brain feels like a Laffy Taffy on a really hot day. My brain is just like stretching beyond what is real. I don't think I've had enough time to settle on what we ran the score to last year, and to even remotely say $400,000 out loud sounds like, who are we talking about here? Like, who are we talking about? Because I don't even know what numbers like that look like. So and I said to him, I was not going to pick a number, because I just need to figure out how ready I am to take the business to wherever it's going. I don't even know where I'm going at this point. I'm just like, I'm moving forward. I know I'm moving forward. I'm not going back to what I did last year. I scratched my way to the finish line last year, and I just thought to myself for a second, like, I don't know where I'm going. This is what I do know though. I love dolls. I love getting them here. I love getting them ready. I love sending them out. I love the whole process of like establishing trust with the family and like talking them through the whole thing, and then like the final release where they're like, okay, I trust that you're going to take them and do what is best or what respects my whatever, whoever's legacy. And then, you know, other people are just like, get them out of here. And that too, like that works too, whatever. I do love the process of that. I think that the many years that I had in being a state employee and listening to all the heartbreaking stories that was that job, that created the framework for the business that I have now, because the business that I have now is a very emotion heavy business. And I just think that a lot of times people will leave things go to people who are willing to respect their items, because not everybody thinks that items are valuable and this, that, and the other, but there's just certain things that do have sentimental value to the person that's kept them for this long. For me, I just really struggle with like getting those notifications that a doll did not make it to their final destination, even though I done burnt a whole bag of bubble wrap on them and they still don't make it. And that just like breaks my heart. And that is one of the things that I need to try to get over, because I need to do what I need to do and I need to move it along. But that does bother me, that they no matter what you do, some of them just don't make it. And I don't want to be the person who doesn't protect the journey to the next person. So that's just a me thing. But back to the numbers, sometimes I just think like, how does one even get comfortable saying these numbers out loud? And maybe what I should be doing is not thinking about 400K. Maybe what I should be doing is thinking about what it takes on a monthly basis to get on track to do something like that. So I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe if I break it down into small pieces, then I can accept the challenge. So I did that. I went ahead and I broke it down to monthly. Well, guess what? Monthly is $33,333. You heard that? $33,333. Yeah. That's still not digestible. So then I broke it down to weekly. I'm like, all right, let's make it even smaller. $8,333. Yeah, that's about 2 months' salary for the state. So then I'm like, okay, we need to break it down even smaller, because this is still like not fitting into my brain capacity at this moment. And I broke it down to daily, and my per day debt, as soon as I wake up, open my eyeballs, and before I place my feet on the floor, it's $1,190. I think he's crazy. And I'm even worse for thinking that he's crazy and following him. Anyways, I don't know where we're going. I'll tell you what, I for sure, I shouldn't say that out loud. I for sure will have to sit with these numbers. I for sure will have to let the number or let the finish line guide the race, because as a previous runner, I just look at these as miles. Like, how long till I get to my first mile? How long till I get to my second mile? And $1,200 a day is a lot of stuff to get going before you brush your teeth. So I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I think like you pay somebody to coach you, and hopefully they see something that you don't necessarily see in yourself, right? And I think he might be a little bit off target with this one, but we are we have to sit with the numbers for a minute or two or three. I have a grandbaby coming in February, and I want to make sure that I am down there to see him at least once a month. I want to spoil the crap out of him, and I will try to, or there's no try, there's do. Yeah, there's just do. I am going to start doing whatever I can do to see how close we can get to this debt plan that has been put up against the business. So this is my day one of sorry, this is my day. And I haven't, listen, the whole editing thing and taking time to do that, we are back to hair on fire. So if I'm back to hair on fire for the business, this whole perfecting YouTube video, that's just gonna have to take us. That's just, we're on a freight train, all of us, you viewing me and me on the freight train. So here it is. That is what it looks like as of the 4th. $397,566.17. That's what I owe. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know if this is a yearly thing. I think that I don't know if this could be accomplished in a year. I think, look at it, like, look at the number. I don't know that that I can accomplish this in a year. I think that what we're gonna do is we're gonna start collaborating as much as possible, and hopefully if I have eyes helping me from all over the country, somebody knows somebody that knows somebody else that could help me fish out the dolls from wherever they're at right now. Last year I shared my dwindling goal numbers, and I was trying to get to a certain number, and I started doing the countdown, and I did it publicly, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from many different people saying how exciting it was to follow along, how invested they got in the journey and that kind of thing. So I'll be the first one to say, guys, I don't know that this is going to be a we're going to get to the finish line situation this year. I'm giving myself some wiggle space to get close, but I don't know, because I'm going to share the number again. There it is. And that is a lot of money to owe to my business. So we're going to sit with this 400K debt. We're going to see how we can figure out a way of breaking it down to pieces that I think I can hopefully move along and get in line with getting there. So 2026 is about chasing proximity to 400K. Whether we get there or not, I don't know. And you're going to be front line with me. And for those that are worried about chasing numbers and the people that get in your way when you're chasing things, this, that, and the other, I should be scared, but I think that I'm not scared. I think that I'm like ready for what's good to come my way. Like, I'm opening this up to all of us. I'm just gonna say, like, you know what? If you're ready to hop on the freight train and enjoy the ride, the ups, downs, and there's going to be downs, then let's go. Let's go. Some days you might see me on here crying my eyeballs out and just ready to throw in the towel. And some days you're going to see me in here complaining about how crazy this whole thing is. And some days we might get close, and some days, I don't know. So if you are into watching people chase their goals and being a cheerleader, welcome aboard. If you are those people that are haters against those of us that are chasing the goal and wishing us bad, welcome aboard. If you are just here to see this crazy number get chiseled little by little, welcome aboard. And I'm not 100% a believer, but I am willing to run the race. And I highly encourage all of you that want to see what crazy following crazy looks like, just join the channel. And also, I am on Facebook as PA Doll Lady, so I'm trying to create like lists of things that I buy, lists of things that I don't buy, so that if you guys are out there and you can help a sister out, I'm here for it, dude, because 400,000 is not a me thing, it is a we thing. So that is the first thing that I have to break out of. This little baby of mine is no longer my baby, it is our baby. And in order to get this mission to go forward, I will need to collaborate, I will need to ask for help, I will need to accept help. And for independent, strong-willed women, well, we know that's not easy, but here we are. So just to remind you, that is the boat that we are jumping into, or that we are the train that we're hopping into. And welcome to 2026. This is craziness, and I can't believe I just said this out loud.